Back to work. Up they go. How the kitties?
Oh, good. Well,
Orange cats getting up to any orange cat activity.
I swear Blondie talks shit to the one about us.
Us.
Andy and I.
Oh, jeez.
Because, I mean, he's just so terrified. It was funny because him and Blondie were both on the bed today. I walked in the bedroom and they got up to run away so fast they ran into each other.
Oh my god. That's actually really funny. I wish we would have seen that. Getting all the importance onto the layout.
Sure.
So Chelsea Bridge is kind of where that one bridge should be and where the Chelsea Bridge shouldn't. Bon's first mistake. She made it. Yeah, very serious about support Russell.
Yeah. Yep.
It's important. Ouch. You know like that hurt. Still go. Very professional. Very, very professional. Everything I need. Nothing that I don't. Oh, would y'all look who's here?
BBC?
And not just DBC. Edwards Real Productions has made another cameo. I remember that name, I think.
Hey, what's up?
They both said Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. 2024. Hallelujah.
Oh, there we go. Let's see what this year brings us.
It's bringing us, the Trussell Bridge. Ooh, I could work on this a little better. Oh, that's better. Okay. Oh, that's way better. Mr. Durley is using the one element that no one's ever expecting him to use to support the damn Trussell Bridge.
Well, I've just got so many Legos. So many Lego. But it just seems reasonable.
Seems reasonable to support the 1,000-year-old Trussell Bridge. It still has a few bits of Roman concrete attached to it. Speaking of the Roman concrete, Durley had talked to his father, and he swears he has no idea who he's talking about. And he doesn't know how to make Roman concrete. I don't know, man. What I experienced that night, I think he's a liar. See, if he didn't tell you then, he's never telling you.
Oh, no.
I just realized back here shirt says Star Wars, and it's just completely black.
Oh, it's like a turban sale.
Why?
Because girls won't count that big t-shirt. It says I love you from the start back.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen you wear that.
Yeah.
So now it's just the same thing with this girl.
It's not really one wear.
I see message. Will Iowa Interstate be running late? Probably. I don't know. To be completely honest, who knows? I don't even think they ran last night. I never heard anything, but I wasn't really listening. They might. There's a good chance that they might.
I didn't think I was going to make it over here.
Well, that's not nice.
My car went overheating or that.
Your car is not nice. Sorry, I was just finding a text message. This Ken got sick last night.
Oh
You know, he was at that New Year's party. He's not one for parties in the first place. He was supposed to be there for like 7 whole hours. He couldn't do it. We went home. He fell asleep on the couch for 12 hours. He says he feels better, but it didn't sound too good. Notice that all the bells in the Somper are mechanical, but they sound different. I'm not really an expert on the bells for the crossing beats. It's the one thing I never noticed is that some of them do sound different compared to the rest. I always found it strange. Thank you, Keter, for turning off. Now we got complete silence, and now it's just creepy. It appears Mr. Durley's thinking about something. I'm gonna grab a water.
All right.
Good. I'm back. Not worry, the entertainment is back. Because Durley in his inside out shirt. It's not enough entertainment for the people. This pen does not want to stay. I don't think it's meant to. No, it isn't. Should be wearing the other vest. It actually has a pen holder.
I should have some plates. Some plates.
Kobe. Ooh, right on the train. I'll be right back. You stay here.
Okay.
And pay attention to the chat.
Hey, chat. How are you doing? Where are you going in Florida? I asked because I'm from Panama City originally. That's where I was born. A little bit further up north. Oh, neat. There's some neat stuff down there.
I put on this vest for its sole purpose to just hold a pen. And I changed shirts so it would actually match. Look at that. That is so much better. I thought it was the other room. Roby. Ooh. Almost hit the goddamn GP7 or whatever that is. See what you've been getting up to.
Did you see he's talking about his upcoming Florida trip?
Ooh. I have not seen your Iowa Interstate 700 engine yet. You know, if you go to Florida, I hear there's a really good company over there, railroad company, the FEC, Florida East Coast. Pretty self-explanatory. It's like Iowa Interstate, you know, they run in Florida. That's what they do. Ouch. And they have this really cool system. You know how like steam engines have tenders full of fuel early?
Yeah.
Well, the Florida East Coast runs modern GEVO, fuel tender, and GEVO. Like they have a fuel tender literally hooked up to the engines.
Oh, really?
And it's just always there. It's really cool, actually. They got a really nice system going on up there. Yeah, Xbox notifications, I tell you. I'm trying to miss a message here. So that's what Ken got for New Year's Eve. He got sick. His New Year's resolution should be not to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
What we got here? Made a video about it. Now I gotta look. How long ago was this video? Well, now I gotta go to the channel. We're gonna see this together, Darley, me and you. It looks like I'm live. This Illinois Man 601 guy, he's live. I've never heard of him. Yo, here we go. Nope, not, no, up. Here we go. I made it. Is it on a full? Okay, let's look here. Let's see here. Is it a YouTube short or a full video? Lego's working. That's good. Full video. Let's see here. There it is. I found it. Looks like a heron. That packaging looks really familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like this thing they do with the Intermountain. That's like the exact same what they do with the Intermountain. Wow, I'm surprised.
I like that clamshell design.
It is very nice. 711, the first Iowa Interstate Jeep I ever saw in my life, actually.
Looks neat, man.
Ooh,
It's a cool looking train.
I like that. Okay, now we need one for the yard. Come on, I can't be the only one thinking it, right? Oh, that back print on this paint scheme, I just love it. Hold on. See if I can find still frame. Okay, look at that. On the back of their Jeeps, I like that design. They used to have it on the front. Yeah. Back in the old days, they used to have high hoods back in the day, and it would be like that on the front and back. Oh, it looks so nice. Of course, they don't have them anymore because, you know, who does? But jealous. We got one GEVO, but the Jeep is just always so much better. Dude, that is really great. Oh, you got the Illinois Man stamp of approval on that one. Oh, right, my phone needs to charge. Put it back in my pocket. What do you reckon?
Well, does it need to go for a minute?
Oh. Look at that. A perfectly conveniently placed chair. You need a water, old man?
I got the tea here.
Yeah, but water is water. Is there a gas leak somewhere? No. Light a torch, we'll find out. Maybe it's the Roman concrete dust, it's in the air. It probably wasn't safe to inhale all that dust. I mean, yeah, I was just sitting there, you were doing whiteface, man. That was crazy, man. Oh yeah, now that you're like actually here, who's this joint right here that was giving the plow issues? I put it going this way, and it was stuck. It was getting stuck on this one, but when I have it coming down, it doesn't because it's it's downhill. But put it this way, it's not necessarily the joint, even though it could be flatter in the first place. But that's just because how much it changes. The main issue is the plow hangs way too low. I mean, the whole time we've been running it, and the plow has literally been sitting on the rail, basically cleaning it off. That's not good. So obviously, it's a nice, simple, easy fix, but it's also unfortunate I can't run the best engine now. I was messing with the train a few days ago, guys, and put the Ohio Interstate on the layout because, well, you kind of have to. And it just so happens the plow was grinding on the rail like a snow plow, which is not good. I looked at the plow though; it seemed like it was fairly fine. I mean, the only time it had an issue is when it hit the joints and it was uneven like that. But still, you put it this way, I put it next to the BNSF one that was already out here, and sure enough, that plow hangs way too low. Like, it's not even the fact that this is an issue. It's like in any track you put it on, the plow just has to be short. And I guess Intermountain doesn't know what they're doing. Kidding. Oh, but seriously, it's a big issue. Reminds me of the one time when the SD70 was going underneath the Trussell Bridge, and you know how there was all just rock right here, really close to the track. And sure enough, the plow kept hitting it, ended up actually taking a nice little tiny chip out of the plow. You're right.
I think my blood sugar's bottomed out.
That's not good. What do you do for that?
I need some candy or something.
Anything?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. As long as you're not taking it. Opioid Smarties, because that was the only thing left.
That's perfect.
Good.
And some little straight sugar.
Yeah, exactly. I thought there would be like actually like chocolate or something you enjoy, but no, it was all fucking Smarties. Oh, what the hell, man?
I'm fucking chocolate right now.
Yeah, well, perfect. I guess it's all working out fine. Only Smarties actually made you smart. I feel like someone should sue them for false advertising. Someone sued Red Bull because it didn't give them wings. Someone can sue Smarties because it doesn't make them smart.
You know what, January 1st is the day of copyrights. And Today, Mickey Mouse begins public domain.
Oh god. You know, there was actually a whole thing with that with another company, not in the US, well maybe in the US, that sold candy and used it, but they didn't use the name, they just used what looked like the character, but it turns out they did it first. They used the mascot, they used the logo, but there was some type of loophole and that Disney couldn't get shit out of them. It was actually pretty funny. It was just chocolate candy, I think. I can't remember the specifics. That can't see agreement. Money. Here's a Lego. Here's how you make a Lego box star. Right there. Better. You're supposed to feel better instantly, or does it take a while? I didn't know you had that issue. What was that before?
He doesn't have it often. Which is good.
Once every full moon.
Not mildly diabetic.
Oh. What's it mean? Mild?
I don't have to take insulin. I take rolls.
Okay.
Cigarette.
It's not supposed to be my job to worry about you all the time. Usually the other way around. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Silly, dirty tricks for kids. And, so this is going to be in the 2024 recap. We're already working on the 2023 recap. We just haven't happened this year. I could have clickbaited it so hard.
End of 2023. There we almost dies in the basement.
In a live stream. It always happens on live stream.
Right.
Crazy shit. Of course, it's off camera for no reasons. Don't worry, we're literally standing right here.
I'm still here.
You know?
There's my hand.
Just his hand, nothing else.
Woo! That was powerful. That was intense. Not as bad as it's been, but it's certainly unpleasant.
There. Feels better.
A little bit, yeah.
That's good. Well, this is on the right issue, Mr. Smart Man. You know, take this as a mental note. Always carry candy in your house. Don't question it. Just always have candy on you.
That's funny. I've always got some snacks and stuff at home.
You always got stuff in your vest. Every time you come home from PPG, you're pulling out shit from your vest, pulling out from your pockets. Where do you get all this? You're like, oh, you know.
Pocket food.
Yeah, pocket food. That's why he likes his pockets. All the root food. Like one time he told me he pulled out a whole goddamn sandwich from it. Hey, everybody. You'll be all right, old man.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just need a minute.
Yeah, of course.
Let everything kind of back to level.
You stay there. I'm gonna go see.
I'm gonna go to cigarette.
All right. Make sure DBC's not having heart attacks.
Huh?
Make sure DBC's not having a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
700. Yes, the 700. I like it.
That's a pretty awesome engine, man.
The only issue of the real life counterpart is it's really old and Iowa Interstate needs to repair it. When they do the Bureau rocket run, they really need to fix it. Always stalls. When I told you I heard the train was that heads up helpful, it was. If you would have never told me that, I would have never made it to the train tracks. Let's hope he'll be all right. That was a little bit of a interesting moment with the Durley. Should be fine though. If he says he's fine, he's most likely fine. That's just how he is. He's his own doctor. But that was scary. Nothing Smarties can't help, I guess. Oh boy. Well, I'll just wait for his return, but he's fine. I mean, low blood sugar isn't really good, but it has been resolved. It's all good. But yes, Mr. DBC, you did help out a lot there on that heads up. Because the thing is, I didn't talk to my buddy yet. My buddy Ken, I didn't talk to him yet that night. And usually I get down to the tracks, I get all set up. Excuse me, and then I talk to him, and sometimes I'll ask if he knows about the train. Sometimes he'll just randomly tell me. But usually I have to ask him if it's not that big of a deal, if he can let me know when the train hits the defect detector. I usually only do that on cold nights. That way I sort of know how much longer I'm going to be out there. I know if I can go sit down for a few minutes. But he's always been very helpful. I never pry the information out of him. He's always just, if I ask and he knows something, he'll let me know 100% of the time. But speaking of the same guy, I was just texting that got sick last night. He's fine too. He got a 12-hour sleep, and he's an old man, so he should be pretty fine now. Doesn't the radio tell you about the defects? Yes. If you, I recall you saying that you were near Spring Valley, which if that's the case, you're pretty lucky. Because every time we were in Spring Valley, you can hear them typically, if you're in a higher elevation, if you're down at the tracks and your track side by the defect detector, you probably won't hear much off of your own radio, but they do have a speaker on that electrical box. But if you're in Spring Valley higher up on a hill and you have a pretty good antenna, you can usually hear them, and it's pretty easy to tell of when they're leaving Bureau. Because the thing that sucks about Spring Valley is the tracks are in the middle of nowhere. It's a little sketchy at night. There's no light down there except for if you have a flashlight or you get a moonshine. I'm not talking about the drink. I'm talking about the light from the moon. But it is pretty dark down there. Me personally, I only go down there with someone else. I would never go down there by myself because it's just a really, really interesting part. But you can, if you're close enough. I've had a few instances where I was sitting in Peru at the train depot, and I've heard the defect detector go off. And that one, whenever the defect detector goes off, that'll go over the Iowa Interstate dispatch channel, which I think is the 161-220. I think I did give you that one, I do believe. That one's mainly the Iowa Interstate dispatch, but when the defect detector goes off, that's also where it goes over. And the first thing you'll hear is Iowa Interstate, milepost, whatever, 110, 111, 112, and then it'll stop. And then after it goes, the full train passes, it'll go again. Iowa Interstate, milepost 110, no defect, hot box, whatever. If you ever hear hot box, that means one of the wheels are way more hotter than they should be. And it also means the conductor's having a bad night. But usually it'll say Iowa Interstate, milepost, whatever. If there was 2 tracks, it would say, track 1, track 2, but it doesn't say that. It just goes, no defect, detector out. So it's usually like at least 10, 15 seconds worth of radio blast. But it definitely helps when you're in LaSalle and you're trying to figure out where the hell it is. Because one of the other things that, I'm not trying to talk bad about Spring Valley. It's a really nice place. I lived there once, actually. But the main issue I have in terms of trains is, even though there's a lot of crossings in Spring Valley, none of them require the use of horn or even a bell. Or even the engineer or conductor sticking their head out the window and saying honk. Yeah, they don't have to do anything like that. Unless they absolutely have to, of course. That's the only thing that I kind of think sucks about Spring Valley, because if you're not close to the tracks, the only thing you have to go off of is either the defect detector, which you got to have your radio on, you got to have it near you, which is always usually an inconvenience. And then you also either just listen to the engines roaring, because, man, they make some noise, let me tell you. But put it this way, if you're ever in Spring Valley and you hear a train horn, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. Either there's someone that's on the tracks that shouldn't be, or me and Durley are down there and we get a nice crew. Because that's happened a few times. We got honked at by the Iowa Interstate crew. Always nice guys. If not horn, usually bell. Down in Spring Valley, it's just the yield sign with the white Railroad X crossing sign. There's no lights. There's no... when I say lights, I mean street lights. Because one place I've always wanted to go for the longest time, it's going to have to be when the sun actually sets at like 9 o'clock. The Marquette Highway. If you're familiar with the area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously, I'm sure you do, Mr. DVC. But the Marquette Highway is pretty parallel for the Iowa Interstate main line for at least a few minutes. In the daylight, I will do a spoiler alert for a video that's going to happen God knows when. I want to record from the inside of a car, and I want to be pacing with the train. Because I don't know, I've always seen videos like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And thankfully, there's a road around here where you can do just that. But on the Marquette Highway, there is no street lights. You have to rely on your headlights or flashlight. In terms of the crossings are not lit up. There's just a yield sign because no one goes over the crossings typically, so why spend the thousands of dollars to install anything else? But every single crossing, from what I've seen, is just set up with a yield sign with the white X and for the railroad crossing sign. That's about all you got down there. But then you go to LaSalle and you get all those crossings. It's like, oh, it's a good alarm clock right there, let me tell you. That'll wake you up all right. You'll be trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why are they honking so much? It's just because there's a lot of crossings. There's almost 10 crossings in LaSalle, if you can believe it. That's why it's a pretty good place. Me personally, I really like the crossing I sit at, but I hate the fact that the wastewater treatment plant is right there. That's a smell you can't get used to. That is a smell you cannot get used to, let me tell you. Oh, I thought there was something new. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Oh boy, I'm losing it. Oh, message. Hold on. Just texting a lot of people Happy New Year's, and it's all coming through at once. It's funny. They're all responding at the exact same time, and I think it's the funniest thing ever. One thing I do want to say, I will be going down to the tracks tonight. For anyone who's interested. Obviously, last night I didn't go down, mostly because I couldn't, because it was cold, it was wet, and also my buddy that usually knows pretty much everything about the train if it's running, he was at a New Year's Eve party the whole night, and he would have not known anything, unfortunately. So I just didn't risk it. I didn't go down there. I never really heard a train horn personally, but you never know. It's quiet from where I live. The one part I have it difficult hearing the train horn is at the very last crossing where I stand, past the depot going east and going west. I hear every single horn blast except for the last two for my crossing because there's nothing to echo off of. It's just all trees and shit. So, but I can usually hear them pretty good, especially if it's quiet. When I like, what I like to do to make sure my hearing still works is if I think I hear a train horn, I make sure everything in my room is going completely silent, even the cat, and that's difficult to do. And I listen just to make sure my ears are working. Because I will say a really good thing, which it might shock a lot of people, it might not. When you are at a spot like I am, or you're just recording trains at all, you learn that your hearing gets better yet worse. And I say worse because you got all that loud noises, especially if I have an earpiece in so I can hear the radio. If when the EOTD goes off, it's pure static right into my eardrums. So that's always nice. But you learn that one thing I've always had difficulties with is if I'm having a conversation with someone and I'm really deep into this conversation, I won't hear the train until it's right in front of me because I'm not paying attention. I can talk to someone and still be listening, but if you get deep in the conversation, me personally, I don't know it until it's right there. I've had that happen a few times. Also with watching videos on my phone. Obviously, I don't just sit down there and stare for 3 hours straight. No, I watch YouTube, not my own videos sometimes, but I watch YouTube, and sometimes if my volume is way too high, there's a few distractions you got to mess with. A lot of distractions. You got to just be careful. Especially when you're right there. I usually have my tripod on the opposite side of the track, so the one thing that I never want to do is if the train is at that one crossing by Jorge's, the last thing I want to do is hear it right there, have to get up and sprint across the crossing because then, I'm trying to make more videos on the other side of the track, on the engineer side. Like that one spot by the wastewater treatment plant. I don't know about you guys, but I've been loving it. Like a McDonald's commercial. Like a McDonald's commercial, I'm loving it. Because that light that's just shining right there just perfectly lines up. I get a good thumbnail, which usually never happens. And both times I was there is when the Heritage unit came through, ironically. I got 516 leading, and a few days later, 513 trailing. Unfortunately, one of the things I really got to focus on is when it's complete intermodal after the engines, I need to focus more on panning. Because even though it's dark, you can still kind of see the engines going around the curve. But I'm not used to that. I'm used to it being... I usually don't do that like the one time when I was sitting at the switch. For those two tanker cars, hold on. For those two tanker cars that were sitting there, when I was standing there, one of the nights, you could definitely hear it, trust me, because I did it myself. I listened back. And as soon as the engine goes by, I pan back, and I realize the horn's still going off. This might be good. So I say, fuck it, out loud. And I pan to the engines. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. And I pan to the engines, and I watch them go all the way down. But the reason why I don't do that is because the last thing I want to do is miss a piece of rear rolling stock. God, that any actually come down, which a few nights ago, actually, well, not a few nights ago, a few weeks ago, when I was sitting there, a Southern hopper came through. Southern, the company that made Norfolk Southern. Because we all know how you make Norfolk Southern. You get the Norfolk and Western, you get the Southern, they go together just like that. New Year's again. The grandparents. But I'll set up a camera here. Just whenever I really get to that, and hopefully he's feeling well, we get some work done. That type of lab's gonna do it. But I think I lost my train of thought already. Oh man. But I'm gonna take a drink of water. definitely something I have to work on. Just the only issue is it's nighttime, and if I'm panning, I'm really going to pull out my flashlights. It's not really worth it. But I do know, especially when the 513 Heritage unit passed, I should have panned a lot better. Maybe that could have been in the thumbnail. Obviously, it wasn't. That's because I couldn't get a good angle. Because what I do, I'll be able to show you guys. It's only in the nighttime. This little thing right here, which is 10 times smaller than what you guys are watching. Well, not what you guys are watching this on, but what I'm recording on is the laptop. This is what is responsible for every single video for the past 6 months. No, not even. I've had a different phone. This is a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra 5G shish kebab. The name's too long if you ask me. When you open the camera, it has 1x and then it has ultra wide. And the thing is when you do ultra wide, I don't really know. I probably can't even. I'm trying my best to see if I can really. It's hard to tell because it's daytime. But put it this way, ultra wide makes it so you can see so much more. I'll show you guys the comparison. This is just 1x, and then ultra wide. That's ultra wide. As you can see so much more. I usually record. That's not ultra wide. It's there. That's ultra. Obviously, it really opens it up so much more. And every night I'm sitting there. Like I said, it's nighttime. When you go in ultra wide mode on the camera, especially in the dark, it looks way darker than it actually is. But if you stay on 1x, it actually uses some sort of technology to make it look brighter than it is. So the main issue I've been having is I have to somehow prop the tripod so it's kind of looking up. That way the engines can fit into the screen without having to adjust it at all. But the issue I've been having is sometimes I don't do it right, and the top of the engine gets cut off. But it's better than it is in ultra wide, because even with that light shining at the track, at the wastewater treatment plant, it still looks crappy. But in 1x, it makes everything brighter. Plus, you got a light that makes it brighter. It just comes out perfect. I live right near the track, so I hear the engines revving all the time. Well, that's ironic. Convenient. Very convenient. So there, your radio is going to be working overtime perfectly. I will say, obviously, if you really want to hear stuff over the radio, it doesn't really work that well inside, no matter what antenna you have, because all the house really messes with everything. You want to get clear signal. Obviously, the best way is to have it outside. But give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I usually don't do this. Hold on. Oh my God.
It smells pretty bad.
Yeah, dude. But should be got all types of holes.
she's probably back. Yeah, my phone was just probably back.
Oh, Jesus. Alright.
Not so good day.
And that was a message from Ed Brown himself. The shit's on. Mr. Retired Man should be working. I don't know if it's supposed to light up or something. I'm not an expert. Oink. Oink. Should be fine. If not, whoops. Okay, yeah, so that's all good. Alright. Just checking up on that. Let's see, missing? Nope, all good. All caught up on the messages. And I just had to go out and make sure Durley was alright. You know, obviously, he can take as much time as he needs, but I don't like the idea of him sitting out there alone when he said he wasn't feeling good in the first place. But, he should be all fine. I hope. I mean, he says he's, you know, a little shaky still, but as long as he ain't dying, that's good enough for me. No, that was a joke. He's fine. Checking my phone. Messages, nope, all clear. Okay, good. Good. I really like this angle. If only I could see the chat so much clearer. I'd stand over here 24/7. But my eyes, they're not the best in the world. It just so happens the Illinois man is blind. No, I'm not blind, but I mean, come on, I got glasses. That should tell you enough. Oh, it's a splitter. Not nice. Damn it. I gotta do a repair. It just so happens all the tools are right below. That's ironic. I was trusted with a staple gun, and that is never a good idea. But it just so happens Durley left his Leatherman right here. It just so happens this thing acts pretty much like a butter knife. Butterfly knife, not a butter knife. No, come here. Come here now. Thank you, Leatherman. You're always helpful. Oh, if only I could put it in my pocket and keep it. That'd be great. Is this one even? Yeah, that's been all the way. So we're just gonna put that back exactly how it was. Doesn't seem like that difficult of an angle. Just like real life, you gotta do some track repair sometime. You know, this has absolutely nothing to do with the track. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it does start to raise right there. That's better. Ugh. Ugh.
All right.
Oh, that's so much better. I had to use a Leatherman for the pliers. You know what that thing reminds me of? Butterfly knife.
Oh, sure.
Bella song?
Yep, Bella Song.
Let's say, I know that's not its real name, it's just what people call it. I'll be alright.
I don't know, I'm not feeling good, man. I keep sweating. And I feel, still feel pretty dizzy. Alright.
That's fine.
Just trying to figure out how we're gonna get stuff here.
Creepy. I think a good background noise would be a train horn.
Mm.
Do you like that feeling? The plow sure did.
I gotta go and lay down. I'm sorry, dude.
All right.
Yeah. That's not a damn thing.
Oh, what the hell? What'd you do to your phone?
I don't know.
Just took the mic in.
It was working when I called you. No, nothing. Figure out a way home. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
All right.
Oh, shit, this sucks. I got stuff I want to do today, too.
Take the Smarties with you.
I will.
And the Leatherman. You leave that with me and you never see it again.
Yeah, well, I'll be back here.
I got places I hide. Like my pocket.
All right, man.
Trying to be entertaining here.
Oh, I know, dude.
It's my thing.
I'll swing by after work tomorrow, all right?
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
It'll probably be like 5 or so because we're gonna be busy as shit. But even if I just swing by for a few minutes, I'll stop by.
Okay.
But I'll see you later, man.
You get better now, you old man.
Well,
You better. Pet some cats for me, will ya?
I will.
All of them. Maybe bring one home with me?
Huh?
Maybe bring one here?
Okay.
Yeah! He agreed. I'm over here to get my phone, I guess. Interesting. Nope, not yet. Yeah, I'm back in the corner. Just making sure you had everything. Oh yeah, here. It's a track of the Iowa Interstate track where I live. That's the only railway, I think. There's a possibility. It's either. I'm trying to think. So I'm really not that all familiar with the Iowa Rail close to Spring Valley. We'll find out though. Put it this way: there's a possibility it's the Illinois Railway, or there's even a possibility it was just an old right-of-way. So there's there's the Spring Valley. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. And there's the Marquette Highway doing its thing, being a Marquette Highway. Let's see here, it could be. There's a bridge. And there's a sighting down here. I don't know that.
Charlie,
Hello.
are you done down there?
Yeah.
What did you come over for? What was here an hour?
He's sick. Well, he's not sick. He's not feeling good.
Well, then what the hell did he come over for?
He was feeling good until he got here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The possibility was the old Illinois Railway. Now I'm getting closer to the cell. There should be a diamond here with the next few seconds. That's right before. And there's the diamond. Okay. Yeah. So it was probably the Illinois Railway. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, Durley's homesick. He's not homesick, but he's now going home because he is sick. But remember to take this with me since it's my vest I'll be using tonight. Anyway, well, I guess I'm gonna go back and wait till train time, I guess. I don't know. I hear nothing really else better to do. But whoops. I don't know what happened there with Durley. That was strange. But the train comes by tonight. There'll be a video of it. But like you said, he might stop over tomorrow, but only for a few minutes. Probably not enough for a live stream. So probably within, put it this way, the longer live streams only happen on the weekends. Like the ones that are 2-3 hours long. But I can't really guarantee anything's going to be going on in the week. But maybe it depends. It really does. But well, I'm gonna go up and enjoy the rest of my day, I guess. But sorry for the short live stream, even though I had no control over it, really not feeling well still. But until another day, shall the Trestle Bridge be back in its spot where it belongs. But I'm gonna just leave all this down here until I'm ready to go grab it. But I'll see you guys. I hope I get a train too. Like I said, I'll be going down. I'm gonna have to be leaving before 5:30 because how early they like to show up. Hopefully that doesn't backfire. I don't know if they were showing up that early because holidays. I don't know. But I'm not taking any chances with the Ohio Interstate. They're not escaping my wrath. But for those who watch the channel in general, I'll see you in the next video. But for those who watch the channel and just come in and tune in the live streams, appreciate everyone for stopping in. And whenever the next live stream shall be, I'm sure you guys will be here. But with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later.